Hi everyone, this is your Shafiq sir. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today also I am going to explain the very important topic, that is the law of equi-marginal utility theory. So before that, everyone please watch my previous video, law of diminishing marginal utility theory and the types of utility, the concept of utility. Who are properly understand that two topics, types of utility and concept of utility, and law of diminishing marginal utility theory. So then automatically this topic is easily understood by the everyone. So that's why everyone please once watch that previous video, law of diminishing marginal utility theory and the concept of utility. Otherwise it's very difficult to understand that law of equi-marginal utility theory. So actually listen here, the law of diminishing marginal utility theory, it is explained about the satisfaction of the commodity. So how the consumer getting that satisfaction. So if a hunger person is there, they are very hunger. If you give the first commodity, first apple to that person, they receiving the more satisfaction. Then I give the second apple to that same person, then that satisfaction will be decreases, because hunger person, if he choose that, if he choose that first apple, it gives the highest satisfaction that person. So normally when the eating that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh apple, that consumer satisfaction levels also will be decreases. You know that in the law of diminishing marginal utility theory, when the consumer consuming the more and more goods, their satisfaction will be diminishes according to that law of diminishing marginal utility theory. So here, law of diminishing marginal utility theory, it is possible to measure that satisfaction of the single commodity, but not the at a time. So two goods, three goods, so four goods, if the consumer consuming that, it is not possible to measure that satisfaction of the consumer when you are using the only single commodity, one commodity. uh, that satisfaction will be measured by the law of diminishing marginal utility theory. But here, law of equi-marginal utility theory, it is very useful to that nowadays every consumer cannot satisfying the single commodity. So day to day life, everyone they consuming the two or more goods for their satisfaction purpose. At that time, this law of equi-marginal utility theory is very important to measure that satisfaction, how the get this satisfaction by the consumer. So before that, everyone, so please subscribe my channel. Who are not subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel and like, share to your friends, so for more videos purpose. Okay, so listen here, first one, what is the law of equi-marginal utility theory? So just I explained that what is the introduction of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. This is also called as a Gaussian second law of consumption. It is also introduced in 1854. Gaussian first law of consumption is called as a law of diminishing marginal utility theory, but it is law of equi-marginal utility theory is called the Gaussian second law of consumption. Finally, this theory also developed by the Alfred Marshall with the help of his famous book Principles of Economics in 1890. This is the called as a Gaussian second law of consumption. First law of consumption, that is the law of diminishing marginal utility theory, but this is the law of equi-marginal utility theory is the Gaussian second law of consumption. So generally there is another names also is there, law of equi-marginal utility theory. It is also called the law of maximum satisfaction, law of maximum satisfaction, and law of substitution, law of maximum satisfaction and law of substitution. So law of maximum satisfaction means how the consumer get the maximum satisfaction with their limited income. So limited income, and another name is law of substitution. So generally consumer they can substitute that goods for x for y for x. That's why this is called as a, there is a two names is there, law of equi-marginal utility theory. It is also called the law of maximum satisfaction and law of substitution. And finally, so law of equi-marginal utility theory explains that so how the consumer get maximum satisfaction with the limited income. You know that every human being they has the unlimited wants, but our resources are very limited. Resources is nothing but money is very limited. For example, I give the 1,000 rupees to the one student, so for the purchasing the goods purpose. Within the 1,000 rupees, he can purchase in the different products. So it's mean every time consumer is the rational person. Rational person is nothing but logically consumer they think about that how they get the maximum satisfaction with the limited income. That is called the law of equi-marginal utility theory. Law of equi-marginal utility theory actually explain about that how the consumer get maximum satisfaction with the limited income. So this is the introduction of the law of equi-marginal utility. Equi means equal, marginal is nothing but additional, utility is nothing but satisfaction. Equi means equal, marginal is nothing but additional, utility is nothing but satisfaction. So listen here, next let us discuss the what is the definition of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. So everyone carefully listen here, definition is very important. Every theory it is the depends upon the their definition. So generally listen here, if a person has a thing which can be put into several uses, he will distribute it among those uses in such a way that it has same marginal utility in all. The definition given by the Alfred Marshall. So once again I will explain the definition of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. If a person, any one person has a thing means so resources, money, so whatever it is, has a thing which can be put into several uses. That money was using for the several uses, goods purchasing purpose, different needs purpose, we can put into several uses. He will distribute it means that money is distributed among those uses in a such a way means properly we have to use that money. So priority wise we can use that money. So it has the so in such a way that it has same marginal utility. Marginal means additional utility in all commodities. So that is the definition of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. Who is the given that law of equi-marginal utility theory? Here also it is explained by the Alfred Marshall. So law of equi-marginal utility theory definition also explained by the Alfred Marshall. Don't forget this name. Everyone compulsory remember that name. Okay. So before that, every theory it is based on the some important assumptions. Assumptions is nothing but conditions. Assumptions is nothing but some conditions. Simply I will explain about that what is the main assumptions of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. First assumption is the utility is measurable in cardinal numbers. So here also utility is measurable in cardinal numbers. So that utility can be measured through the two methods. Already I told to you in previous class, cardinal method, ordinal method. So law of diminishing marginal utility, according to that also, that utility can be measured in cardinal method, and law of equi-marginal utility also measured in cardinal numbers only, cardinal methods only, but not the ordinal method. So sir, what is the cardinal numbers, cardinal method? So cardinal method means it is also developed by the Alfred Marshall. So according to that cardinal approach, utility can be measured and compared between the commodities in the numerical numbers. In the numerical numbers, that is called as a cardinal utility or cardinal approach. Utility can be measurable and it can be comparable. That method is called as a cardinal method or cardinal approach. Here first condition, what is the first condition here? Utility is measurable in cardinal numbers. Cardinal, with the help of cardinal numbers we can measure that utility. That is the first condition. Second condition, price of the good unchanged. While the measuring that law of equi-marginal utility theory, so the goods price unchanged. We do not change that price of the goods. So if you change that price of the good, it will affect on the satisfaction of the consumer. Are you correct or not? So at that time compulsory that prices do not change that. This is called as a price of the goods unchanged. Third condition, income of the consumer fixed. So already you give that some income, that some money to that consumer, but at the middle we can't increasing that income, we can't decreasing that income. So consumer income is always fixed during that period, during that law of equi marginal utility measurement purpose, that in consumer has the fixed income and income of the consumer is fixed. Fourth one, marginal utility of money is constant. So same conditions are applying here also. Law of diminishing marginal utility theory also applying the same methods, same conditions. Here also almost applying the same kind. Marginal utility of money is constant. It's mean the money value it should be constant. For example, sometimes for example, if you give the 100 rupees to that person, so he can get this some 100 util satisfaction. But afterwards that afterwards means 2-3 days, if you give the same 100 rupees money, if the money value changes, their satisfaction is only 50 utils is there. Means when the money value is changes, that consumer satisfaction may be changes. So that's why here the marginal utility of money is constant. So and next one, consumer tries to get maximum satisfaction, because consumer is the rational person. Every consumer is the rational person. Every time he want to get the more satisfaction, so with the limited income, that is one nature of the consumer. Consumer will try to get the maximum satisfaction with the limited income. So that is called as a consumer tries to get maximum satisfaction. And next sixth one, the wants and habits should be constant. The wants and habits of the consumer remains the constant. Don't change your wants, don't change your habits during the estimating that law of equi-marginal utility theory. Must and should, you have to maintain that constantly, your wants and habits. And seventh condition, consumer has limited income and spent total amount. Generally, consumer has the limited income. For example, if you give 20,000 rupees to anyone, so the 20,000 rupees must be used that among the different goods. So these are the assumptions of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. Simply, everyone understand that first one, utility is measurable in cardinal numbers, and the second one, price of the good unchanged, income of the consumer is fixed, marginal utility of money is constant, consumer tries to get maximum satisfaction, the wants and habits are constant, consumer has limited income and spent the total amount on the various goods. These are the conditions or assumptions of the law of equi-marginal utility theory. So before that, here everyone, so carefully look at the board. So there is a one table is there. So I show that one table here. So what is the units of X commodity? So law of equi-marginal utility theory, it is useful to measure the satisfaction of the consumer while the using the two or more goods. Two or more goods. But I'm starting. So I'm already told to you, law of diminishing marginal utility theory, it is only useful for when you are using the one commodity, single commodity, it is possible to measure that satisfaction. But law of equi-marginal utility theory, it is very useful to that when you are consuming the two or more goods at a time, we can measure that satisfaction of the consumer. So here I take that two goods here, marginal utility of X and marginal utility of Y. So marginal utility of X and marginal utility of Y. So listen here, first commodity. So units of X commodity, X and Y commodity. So X and Y commodities, we have to take that any consumer, they want to purchase that two commodities, X and Y commodities. So first commodity gives their marginal satisfaction is 33. Second commodity 30 is there. Third commodity 27, fourth commodity 24, fifth commodity 21 utils satisfaction is there. And Y commodity. So first commodity gives the 36 marginal satisfaction is there. Second one 32, third one 28, fourth one 24, fifth one 20. Here okay. So you know that when the consumer consuming the additional goods, their additional satisfaction will be decreases. Here also X goods, so X goods marginal satisfaction will be decreases, Y goods marginal satisfaction also will be decreases, 36, 32, 28, 24, 20. But here there is a one problem is there. So everyone carefully understand that, sir, how to calculate that, how to purchase that X and Y goods, X and Y goods. For example, if you go to the any supermarket or any big shopping mall, if you want to purchase the X and Y goods, so before that your income is only 20 rupees is there. What is the total income here? 20 rupees. That income must be fixed one. 20 rupees is there. X goods price is 3 rupees. Y goods price is 4 rupees. So X goods price is the 3 rupees. Y goods price is the 4 rupees. So here remember that. What is the price of the X good? 3 rupees. Y goods price is the 4 rupees. So how many goods are you are able to purchasing from X good, and how many goods you are able to purchasing the Y goods? Here there is some problem is there. How to choose that consumer at that time? Every consumer logically they thinking about that which is given the maximum satisfaction to you. So that is the main motto of the consumer. With the limited income, he want to get the maximum satisfaction. So that's why they can substitute that sometimes X for Y for X goods. So how to purchase that goods? So simply I am showing that here. Before going to that, every consumer, they analyze that what is their marginal satisfaction. What is their marginal satisfaction? For example, here X commodity price, how much is there? 3 rupees. So just 3 rupees. So write down that 3 rupees. What is the first commodity? X commodity, X from X first commodity, marginal satisfaction. So 3 1 ja. So listen here, 3 1 ja 3 and 3 1 ja 3 1 ja. It's if you divide that 11. First commodity marginal satisfaction is 11, and if you divide that, so is equal 30 by 3 10, 27 by 3 9. If you divide that, so marginal utility of X by price of X, if you divide that, you can get that what is the additional satisfaction is there. So 24 by 3 8, 3 1 ja 3 8 ja 24, and 3 1 ja 3 21 by 3, so 7, 3 1 ja 3 7 21, 3 into 7 21. So it's mean this is the, it is showing that what is the additional satisfaction gives that X commodity first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And then simply here also we have to calculate that what is the price of Y commodity 4. So same process, if you divide that by the price 4, so if you cancel that, 34 by 4 9, 32 by 4 8, 28 by 4 7, 24 by 4 6, 20 by 4 5. So these are the some additional satisfaction from X and Y goods. First we have to divide that. Okay, so here there are the applying the 3 conditions. Before the understanding that, we have to follow that 3 conditions. First condition, second condition, third condition. Listen here, simply that consumer, they knows that X commodity price is 3 rupees, Y commodity price is 4 rupees, and what is their additional satisfaction is there from X goods and Y goods. So what is the total income of the consumer? 20 rupees is there. So how many goods are purchasing from X, how many goods are purchasing from Y? So simply listen here now. Here which is the given the highest satisfaction to you? 11 10 9 8 7 9 8 7 6. So 11 is the highest satisfaction given to you from X commodity. So we can purchase that first 3 rupees among the X commodity. Okay, first 3 rupees we have to use that, and then which is 3 rupees using that first of all X commodity purpose, and then which is the given the among this X and Y, which is the given the highest satisfaction to you? This is the second commodity 10. So again 3 rupees using on X commodity. Okay, next which is the highest satisfaction gives to you? Third commodity, again 9 is there, 3 rupees. Okay, and again which is the given the highest satisfaction from Y goods? Here 9 is there. So here Y goods price how much is there? 4 rupees. Okay, then you can purchase that. So first three goods purchasing from X commodities, 1 2 3, then another they can substitute that. If you purchasing that X goods only, it gives the 8 util satisfaction, but there is a Y commodity gives 9 is there, their marginal satisfaction is 9 is there. That's why they can substitute for the X for Y commodity. So that's why they can purchasing the 9 that is Y good, because they has the their satisfaction is the 9 is there. Then again he can choose that here one commodity from X, 8 is there. Next highest number 8 is there. Okay, and next he can goes to the Y commodity. 7 is the very less than the 8. So here they can choose that from Y good. Sir, there is a remaining goods also is there na sir, third commodity, fourth commodity, fifth commodity, and here also one commodity is there. So we are not, that consumer is not able to purchase these goods because your amount is already over. You have the only 20 rupees. Within the 20 rupees, X commodities, how many he can purchasing that? 4. And Y commodities, how many Y commodities he can purchase that? 2 goods only. So 3 plus 3, 6, 9 plus 3, 12. So 12 rupees spent on the X commodity out of the 20 rupees. Remaining 8 rupees spent on the Y goods, 4. So first commodity, second commodity, already 20 rupees is over. Then he cannot purchase that X goods and Y goods. So until there is a one condition is there. So until the marginal utility of X by price of X is equal to marginal utility of Y by price of Y, until their marginal satisfaction is equal, we can substitute that goods from X to Y, Y to X good. So until the equal. So there is a some conditions is there. Listen here, ma, carefully listen here. For example, first condition, what is the first condition here? Marginal utility of X. Marginal utility of X by price of X is equal to marginal utility of Y by price of Y. For example, this is the last one. What is the last fourth X commodity fourth satisfaction? 24. So marginal utility of X 24 by what is the price of X? 3 rupees is equal to marginal utility of last commodity. Here how much is there? 32. What is the price of Y commodity? Last X Y commodity 4 rupees. So I can interpret that marginal utility is according to this equation. Marginal utility of X 24 is there. Last commodity, last you have to take that last commodity 24, and what is the price of X? 3 is equal to last marginal utility of Y, last commodity, you take that 32. Price of Y 4 rupees. Then you have to divide that. So there is equal to is there. That's why the denomination is changing. 24 by 3 into 4 by 32. 4 by 32. So here 4 1 ja and 4 8 ja. 3 1 ja, 3 8 ja is equal 8 by 8. It's mean 1 is equal to 1. Are you prove that equation? Marginal utility of X by price of X is equal to marginal utility of Y by price of Y, that is the equal to the 1. So first we have to prove that first equation. Okay, are you understand that? And next condition, what is the next condition? Listen here, your income Y is equal to E. Y is equal E. Y is nothing but income of the consumer. E is nothing but expenditure of the consumer. Your income is equal to your expenditure. So here second condition, there is a one equation is there. Quantity of X into price of X plus quantity of Y into price of Y. So this is the one equation. Quantity of X commodity into price of X plus quantity of Y commodity plus price of Y commodity. So if you calculate that, so quantity of X, how many X goods are purchasing? 1, 2, 3, 4. So quantity of X goods means 4 into what is the price of X? 3 rupees plus quantity of Y, how many Y goods you have to purchase? That 2 into what is the price of Y? 4 rupees. 4 3 ja 12 plus 2 into 4 8 is equal to 20 rupees. Okay, so this is also second condition. So second condition, we have to show that your income is equal to expenditure. What is the total income of the consumer? 20 rupees. So here price quantity of X by price of X plus quantity of Y by Y into price of Y. So quantity of X 4 into 3, 2 plus 4, 12 plus 8, 20 rupees. That equation also we have to prove that. And third condition, so third condition, it is the what is the maximum satisfaction, how they get the maximum satisfaction of the consumer. So generally X commodity, so what is the X commodity? First satisfaction 33 plus second commodity 30 plus third commodity 27 27, fourth commodity 24. This is the total values if you add the total marginal utility numbers. And Y commodity, first commodity, what is the total marginal satisfaction here? 36 plus second one 32. So here if you add that 36 32, so 33 plus 30 plus 27 plus 24, there is a 114. Their total satisfaction, maximum satisfaction receiving from the X commodity 114 is there. From 36 plus 38 68. So what is the total satisfaction from the Y commodity? So that is called as 68. 68. What is the total satisfaction he received? That 182. If the consumer substitute that X and Y goods, so they can get the maximum satisfaction 182 util satisfaction he receiving that with the only 20 rupees with the limited income. So already you know that law of equi-marginal utility theory explain that how the consumer get maximum satisfaction with the limited income. Limited income, how much is there? 20 rupees. What is the maximum satisfaction he received? That 182 satisfaction is there. So for example, if the ignored consumer is there, ignored means so they don't know that market and price and what is the economy. So if he spend that 20 rupees only X commodities, they are receiving the very less satisfaction. If the purchasing the only Y commodities, he receiving the very less satisfaction. So when it is possible to get the maximum satisfaction, if the consumer substituting for x for y for x, until that the last commodity marginal utility of x by price of x is equal to marginal utility of y by price of y, both are the equal. Until that we can purchase, that we can substitute that goods x for y for x, then he can receiving the maximum satisfaction only 20, with the 20 rupees he receiving the 182 util satisfaction. That is explained by the law of equi-marginal utility theory. I think everyone better understand this topic. So if you understand my topic, my teaching, so please subscribe my channel and like, share to your friends. Okay, thank you everyone.